Stay with the Master Chief. He'll know what to do.
Yes, sir, Sergeant.
Thanks for the tank. He never gets me anything.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerd's New Bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka Extra Anchovies, with my co-hosts.
Yeah, this is Eli's, aka Twinkie the Kid.
There you go. I don't know, but Twinkie might not mean what you think it means.
I'm old school.
I'll just say like, oh, he's one of us now. Like, okay. But Extra Anchovies is an old school quote. I know you know what Extra Anchovies mean.
Yeah.
No, not the movie. The movie Loverboy.
Which one?
Loverboy. You never seen Loverboy?
Loverboy.
With Patrick Dempsey back in the 80s? You never seen it. Okay. I'm gonna let you do your thing, but I'm gonna start off with okay, it's a movie back in the 80s. Okay, Loverboy is about a pizza boy, a pizza delivery driver. And basically, since the pizza local company was running out of business, they were like, you know what, let's start with a side hustle. Anytime some lonely housewives call and they want a little extra something, they're going to ask for extra anchovies because nobody wants extra anchovies. So we know what they really mean. So anytime we want extra anchovies, we're going to say, okay, you go out there, do your thing. And that's what Patrick Dempsey was doing. So basically, he was like a teenage male gigolo. Now, the
a man whore. He was a man.
He was a man whore, exactly. But what happened was that the conflict of the movie came in when he got one call for extra anchovies, and it was his mom.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So any porno
like Back to the Future.
Like Back to the Future, basically. And she was still married to her dad. They're like, what the fuck? She wants some extra anchovies. But anyway, we're off topic. Anyway, we got a brand new show for you. Basically, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. But Eli, I'm gonna let you start off first. Let's go ahead and set this bad boy up.
I'm trying to share out the link real quick. So talk about Loverboy some more.
I'm talking about more Loverboy more. Okay, so like I said, it was Patrick Dempsey's first movie. The movie was basically about male whoring. And so anytime somebody says extra anchovies on there, it always makes me wonder, oh, is that what they're talking about? So anytime you go see one of those like low rent porno movies where the plot line is always about do you want some extra sausage or some shit? That's what came from Loverboy.
Hey, Jake's in the house. What up?
What's going on, Jake? Don't worry, Jake. We have a full show. Yeah.
Bachelor party with Nick the Dick or whatever. Did you ever see?
That's the one with Tom Hanks, right?
Tom Hanks. When the old lady, they go to the strip club, the old ladies, and the guy came serving hot dogs. Oh man, it was.
I missed that one. I missed that one. I'm gonna watch that. But I
the like 80s. Don't you remember? Love the 80s.
You can't get away with Porky's. Revenge. You can't get away with Revenge of the Nerds anymore.
Oh man, I bet you.
Animal House. You can't get away with any of that stuff anymore.
The kids these days would lose their minds if they ever watched fucking Porky's these days.
Right. Cancel. That's it. You can't get away with that. And it made like 4 of those movies, man. All the best weekend, best happy weekend, guys. Thank you, Zikri Zoe. Yeah, you sound Kryptonian, but yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess I'm ready. I'm ready to.
Okay, yeah. Let me go and get you loaded up.
Let's see. Okay. Sad news. We have to start out with some sad news. Jimmy Wang Yu, one of the biggest martial arts stars ever, has passed away. He preluded Bruce Lee as like a kung fu superstar. He was out of the Shaw Brothers studios. He was one of their big stars. He went on, he's in almost 100 movies he writer, director, producer, choreographer. He did it all. A lot of his movies were highly influential, particularly the Chinese Boxer. There was a movie, he did a movie called The Chinese Boxer that preluded Fists of Fury. You know, as far as like
The Bruce Lee, yeah,
the
okay.
Bruce Lee movie. You know, that whole theme, the trope of, you know, the highlighting the practitioners of Chinese martial arts challenging the foreign occupiers of China at the time. Yeah, that preluded that. You know, he fights like the Japanese army or whatever. You know, taken that are occupying China. Yeah, that was like a big theme in a lot of kung fu movies. You know, the underdog, the oppressed underdogs, taking on these authoritarian figures. You know, like the Manchus or the Japanese or the Boxer Rebellion, which we talked about in the Shang-Chi comics recently. He was also in a movie called The One-Arm Boxer, which was another classic.
Was it One-Arm Boxer or One-Arm Swordsman? No, it was One-Arm Boxer.
He was in the One-Arm Swordsman as well. He's another. Okay. That was like one of his first big hits. But One-Arm Boxer, like, influenced this was a huge smash hit internationally. It's been referenced by a lot of movies. It introduced that trope of, you know, they kill his master and then the student goes and, you know, goes out for revenge, but then has to learn the deadly technique to kill the bad guys. You know, you know, the street gangs influenced the, you know, like in Kung Fu Hustle and Big Trouble in Little China. So a lot of tropes came from this movie, One-Arm Boxer. And they even used the soundtrack to One-Arm Boxer has the Shaft score. They used the theme from Shaft as the musical score.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
And like going back and forth, how black culture influences and back and forth. Yes.
Yes, at the time when kung fu movies first came over to America, they were getting played in the cities, in urban theaters, where they really resonated with urban audiences. It was, you know, the civil rights movement was going on at the time, so they really related to these stories about these underdogs taking on, you know, challenging authority, challenging their oppressors, and yeah, so they really resonated with audiences. And the sequel, one of my all-time favorites, Master of the Flying Guillotine, one of my favorite movies of all time. Another highly influential movie. The Wu-Tang has sampled this movie, referenced it in their songs. Street Fighter, the video game Street Fighter, you know, took note from this as far as highlighting the international fighting styles. You know, you got the Taekwondo fighter, you got the karate guy, the judo guy, the wrestler, the Muay Thai guy, or the yoga master like Dalsim. You know, there's in the Master of Flying Guillotine, there's a guy who can stretch his limbs like Dalsim in Street Fighter. Again, crazy flick. Love this movie. Saw it in the theaters at a midnight screening like years ago. Had a great time. And his movies were like really violent as well. Lots of blood, lots of like eyes getting gouged out, and, you know, arms and throats being ripped out, and yeah, great stuff. You know, and then he was such a big movie star at the time that he actually they tried to turn him into an international star. You know, during the 70s. Okay. Yeah, during the 70s, and, you know, when the James Bond craze was going on, they tried to cash in on that. You know, he started like a more Hollywood international movie for Western audiences. It was the Man from Hong Kong was his first English speaking role, where he's like this Chinese special agent, you know, after this international drug dealer played by George Lazenby, who played James
was
Bond.
Also James Bond, right?
Yeah. And yeah, so, you know, he was in all these, you know, he was a huge star back in the 60s and 70s. In the 80s, he worked till like the 2010s. You know, he stayed busy. Like I said, he wrote and directed. He had some scandals. I know there was rumors that he had ties to the triads and all that stuff. And So he definitely knew how to party, this guy. But he passed away this week, so huge fuck yeah to Jimmy Wang Yu. Thanks for the memories. Good journey, sir. So yeah.
So yeah, let's go to it. Okay, so yeah, matter of fact, I didn't get set up, but we're gonna do it anyway. Eli, we're gonna bring back a classic. I'm just getting on the fly. We're gonna see how we're gonna do it. So, like I said, I'm trying to think what came out last week. I can't remember what came out last week.
Morbius.
We'll let you guess. Damn, that was
Morbius.
a week ago. That was a week ago. Shit. I don't know why I thought the movie came out like a month ago or like 2021. It's like it was just
oceans of time. Yes.
Right. It's the internet. That's how things go. So yeah. All right. So anyway, give it to me, Eli. What is the number one movie of the week?
Is it the Sonic movie? I heard the Sonic movie like whooped ass, like took in a huge chunk. Uh-oh. Is Leroy here? Leroy, did you freeze up? Uh-oh. I guess Leroy has been having technical issues with his computer lately. So I guess I will filibuster while he's gone. I don't have the box office mojo. So I will try to he's the one who does the box office, but hey, I guess number one was Sonic. And number two, let's see. Number two was, sorry, I don't have this in front of me, so I have to look it up on my own. Is it Morbius? I know it beat Morbius. Morbius dropped a ton. So, and then I don't know what else came out. I don't have the box office numbers with me, and there's no list I can find. So, sorry about that. But you know what? I'm gonna just talk about Moon Knight because I watched Moon Knight and I know Moon Knight. People are talking about. Hey, he's back.
I'm back.
Oh. All right, yeah, good. I didn't have the box office numbers in front of me, so I was about.
Because I forgot to load them up. It was like as soon as I load them up, that's it. My bad. Oh, well, what did you guess? What did you guess?
I guess Sonic.
I heard Sonic and boom, that was it. Because that was right when I was about to load it up. But let me go ahead and pull it up. Yeah. So Sonic was number one. Sorry, everybody. I blinked out for a second. But yeah, Sonic is number one this week. Did a whopping 71 million. So yeah. Morbius did like a third of what he did before. Lost City. Ambulance. Did you get a chance to see Ambulance, the Michael Bay movie?
I did not know.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear much about it. I'm pretty sure it's Michael Bay. You seen one Michael Bay movie? You've seen all of them. Batman did 735, whatever like that. I guess that's cool. So yeah, so like I said, Sonic did pretty good. We've been pretty on top of it about reviewing new movies, stuff like that. But the point is why we didn't review Sonic. Well, why I didn't review Sonic. Because I actually liked the first one. I saw it when it was on Hulu, stuff like that. And I actually said on here, I thought, in my personal opinion, the first Sonic movie was the best video game movie of all time. Not Mortal Kombat. Everybody quit saying Mortal Kombat. It's not, but I said this is the best one of all time. People are saying this one's better than the last one. I was like, okay, cool. But here's the problem, Eli. This is a movie you can't go see by yourself as a grown man. You just can't. I'm sorry. There are limits. I understand. I understand this is a comic book podcast. There's a lot of shit we get away with. We probably should, but this, Matter of fact, any grown man that walks in to see Sonic the Hedgehog or Alvin and the Chipmunks or some crazy shit along that line by themselves, like, no, just put them on the watch list immediately. Stranger danger, right there. Just don't do it. Now, if you got kids you want to go see this movie with, that's cool. Problem is all the kids I know hate movies in general and TV shows. They only like Fortnite, Roblox, and TikTok. That is it. And YouTube. Short YouTube videos, not long ones like this one. So anything past that, they're not going to watch. So they're just like, we don't want to deal with this stuff like that. And you can't take a date to go see this movie. I mean, this isn't sexy. Hey, you want to go see Sonic 2? No, not going to happen. She would dump you right there. So that's why we didn't review Sonic 2. So I'll probably review this when it comes on HBO Max or Hulu or whatever the fuck. I mean, I'll review it then. I'm pretty sure to be like, oh, it's Jim Carrey's best movie, whatever like that. But, whatever. And this might be his last movie. I don't know.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Well, cool. You saved me from talking about Moonlight.
I wasn't gonna review Moon Knight because
I was about to. I was like, I didn't know the numbers, so I was like, oh shit. Well, I guess I could talk about Moon Knight, even though I don't want to.
No. Let me stop you before you get to it.
Damn, hurry up, Leroy. before I shit all over Moon Knight.
Okay, so Moon Knight sucks again. Anyway, let's move on past that. All right. So yeah, so I guess we're kind of going to the video game section, though it's kind of early. Been there before. We're gonna go here. Yeah. Okay. So since we're not gonna talk about Moon Knight, let's talk about a show that you haven't seen that you can't shit on. So I can shit on it. Let's talk about Halo. Okay. So, like I said, Halo's been going on. Like I said, the fan base is getting more and more pissed off about it. All like, I hate Halo. So you can't talk about the show online because they're pissing everybody off. And just when you think people are starting to sell into it, they piss people off even more because in the last episode, they decided to do this, show you Master Chief's naked ass. So first thing they do is take off his helmet. People complain about that. So they decide to go, oh, you complain about that. Let's show you his ass now. We didn't want to see his ass. We didn't want to see that. Now I know what you're thinking. Maybe
do what about the chicks or
what?
Or people who do like looking at.
That is true. That is true. And that's the thing, Eli. You were right about that because I checked our analytics, our female demographic that listen to this podcast a little bit lower. So hopefully, hold up. Boom. Hopefully this will get you listening or watching. Let's show some. This is for you, not just the ladies, for the dudes that internet also, whatever you're into. We don't discriminate. Whatever you like, that's it. But my thing is the people that actually play Halo, let's be honest with you. You go online in Halo, it's a sausage factory. It just is. It's just a bunch of dudes just playing. You rarely see women play Halo, but other than Jamie Lee Curtis, but other than that, that's pretty much all you're gonna get, So I'm like,
does Jamie Lee Curtis play Halo?
Oh, she loves Halo. I was watching, and it's not like that fake thing that they were doing with Fast and Furious, where they pretend like they like Tekken. No, Jamie Lee Curtis like new glitches and shit. She was like, "Yeah, I know you hit the XXY and you do this." I was like, "Oh, okay." Okay, Jamie Lee Curtis gets a pass.
You got skills.
Yeah, she has got skills in the game. I don't want to play Jamie Lee Curtis, but my thing is with the Halo fan base. Yeah, even though they gave us this, we never wanted this. We wanted this. Now, not everybody. I'm not saying I'm in that group. I'm just saying, but if you go online, Eli, there was a very, very, very large group of picks online that are pretty much just Cortana. They want to see Cortana in there, you see some cosplay in there. You're going to get a whole bunch of this, whole bunch of that, So that's what we were thinking, like, okay, the first time we see.
Sexist.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad.
Men, what happens when you let men make stuff?
That is true. So yeah. So before Cortana,
I'm sure lesbians like looking at it too. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm saying. We don't discriminate, so it's not just the guys, but just saying. And plus, you got to think about it. It's a bunch of women out there right now that go to Comic Cons and all kind of things like that, and they cosplay as Cortana. So obviously, they like it. So it's not us being sexist. Women like it just as much as we do, But here's the thing. They did tone down the sexiness of Cortana, like when they started putting her into more other games, start giving her more body armor and stuff like that. So you kind of toned her down, But notice that nobody cosplays as that anymore. They want this. They don't even know that they haven't done this in 10 years. They don't care. They want that, So yeah, I was thinking that they were going to do a Halo. If you would have sold me on a Halo show, there's going to be a nude scene between Master Chief and Cortana. I was excited. I wasn't expecting this, just nude, whatever. But I just want to talk about that. Get past
just
that.
Flapping cheeks.
Yeah, just like what is happening with the show? I'm trying to defend the show, but they're giving me the opposite of everything I want. But Cortana showing up in the show actually was pretty cool. Now to show you what she looks like in the show, she don't look bad. I actually like her in the show. She looks, and they got the original voice actor, so it does sound like Cortana when you see her on the show. So I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty cool, So that's all I got with that. Now let's actually get into the video game section. This is something I want to talk about last week, but I couldn't talk about last week because we had like a full show of shit on Morbius. So now we can talk about this. So main thing I want to talk about last week, I want to talk about Street Fighter V. They finally released their definitive update, like the update. They're not updating this game anymore. They put the update out and they are done. They are moving on to other games, Street Fighter 6 and all this shit like that. So, and that's why I waited, because I wanted to stop making all these patches and updates. I wanted to wait until you actually finish the game and then put it out there. So now I've been online playing. I wanted to show you some footage, stuff like that. See how deep we're going to get into the game. You know, look, I'm not going to show you when I lost, just show you when I won. You know, but there's some stuff going on. So I might bring back like the game night stuff like that where I play online, but we'll see. Don't worry, the guy didn't die. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. Don't worry about it. You know, you may be able to get out there, but I don't know. But there's
I
one
do
problem.
know Street Fighter takes up a lot of space, and I had the disc, and that takes up a lot. I had to like delete a bunch of shit.
That's
just
because it's always update.
Yeah,
You know, it
man.
eats up a lot of memory. So yeah.
Yeah, man.
So if they just had everything on one consolidated disk, you wouldn't have that problem. But that's what you're getting if you download the game now. You're getting like 6 years worth of updates and updates and updates.
Well, I got the disc, and it's like constantly fucking. Yeah, man. And when I first got the disc, I had to like delete a bunch of crap. Like I almost had to delete my Jason fucking shit.
Street Fighter would never get it. Like you just threw the shit out the window then when you saw that.
Like, yeah, and I didn't even and I don't ever play online. I don't even have all the characters unlocked and shit. I was like, yeah.
Okay. Well, the good thing about it that this is the last update. So if you do decide to update, there won't be any more updates after that. But the problem in the game that they might have fucked up something with the game, and it's with this asshole, this guy right here. Now, this guy is named Luke. He's going to be like the main guy in Street Fighter 6. But what they did right before they stopped the update, they put him in this game. But he's so overpowered, that's all people are playing with. They just want to play with him and that's it. Even though he's kind of a boring character. So he may or may not have screwed up this update. He might have ruined this game. But we don't know. We'll just have to see. But I might play with him and see. Just want a whole bunch online. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah. Eli, we kind of just flew through it. Now we can actually get to the meat of the podcast.
Damn, we're flying.
Yeah, we didn't really have a whole lot.
Get out of here early tonight. Yeah.
Hell yeah, I might have shit to do. I might go see somebody. Yeah, so let's see. I think we divvied this up correctly, right? I think we did.
You got more books than I do now.
Do it? I think I do. Anyway, this comic bullies, we talk about the comic books, and we're going to jump into what we have. And Eli, I'm going to let you go first. I'm going to let you go first on this, see what we got.
Okay. All right. No, wrong one. Let's get it. Okay, let's go here.
I don't even know what you're gonna do first, but we'll see.
I'll do Spider-Punk. Number one.
Yeah. I think that's the number one selling book this week. I think. But I want to see if you can sell me on this, or even if you even want to bother.
I probably won't.
Okay, here we go.
So this is Spider-Punk. What's his name? Hobart. Something.
Hobie Brown?
Something. I don't know. So he's from the Spider-Verse event that happened some years ago. And then he was like a playable, like I was actually playing, I had a skin in when I was playing the Spider-Man game for PlayStation.
Yeah, they had everybody in that game. So yeah.
But this is his story. I never read his story, so I was kind of new coming in, but I guess it's a another alternate Spider-Verse. He's a punk rocker kid. He hangs out with a native Captain First Nation, or no, he's a Captain Anarchy, but he's a native dude. And they like beat up Norman Osborn, who was president in that universe, and all this. So there was actually an actual story arc leading up to before this book. So this basically starts out with Kraven and the Hunters. He's got a gang of Nazis that are running around with like some these gun weapons that were created by Norman Osborn, and they were War Machine fleet. He had a War Machine fleet. So anyways, they got their hands on these guns, and they're going around, terrorizing the neighborhood. And Spider-Man or Spider-Punk and Captain Native, or what's his name, Captain Anarchy, kicking ass. They go to Riri, she studies the weapons, and she's like, "Oh yeah, this is the weapons for the War Machine fleet or whatever." Kraven attacks the place again. They have a fight with him again, kick his ass, basically reveals that he was hired by somebody to basically fuck up the neighborhood, to drive the prices down so they can renovate the fucking neighborhood. Gentrification, basically. And then at the end, they're like, "Who hired you?" Whatever. "Who put you up to this?" And dun 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 dun, it is Taskmaster. But in this verse, Taskmaster looks like the Misfit skull. the Crimson Ghost from the Misfits, the punk band, the Misfits. Yes, there's a ton of punk rock references.
That's what I was going to ask you. Okay, so
in this, all the dialogue is lyrics. They're from Iggy and the Stooges, from the Dead Kennedys, from Ramones, and a lot of the dialogue is taken from punk rock references. As you can see here, the Taskmaster looks like the Misfits skull. He's actually saying, "If you're gonna scream, scream with me," which is a song by the Misfits called Hybrid Moments. So a little cheesy, but I can tell they're having fun. Whoever's writing this is just having fun. It kind of reminds me of Murder Falcon by Daniel Warren Johnson, about the metal guy, the metal band. Not as cheesy though.
Right.
But it's just stupid fun with a lot of punk rock references. So if you're a fan of punk rock and hardcore music, you might get into it. Or if you're an elitist old school punk like me, you might find it a little corny. I can just, yeah.
I mean, but are you a fan of that type of punk rock?
I like the Misfits. I like the Misfits and
Okay.
Dead Kennedys. I did recognize a lot of the lyrics that were being tossed around in the dialogue and stuff. Like I said, they're just having fun, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. So I give it a 3 out of 5. I may or may not pick up the next issue, but it was cheesy, but it was like a CW show. You know what I'm saying? It's like a CW. It was CW punk rock, is what you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it was alright. It was kind of fun in a way. Like I said, I'm not mad at it. Had its moments. So yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, so yeah, let me just jump into it. I guess the book I'm going to do is X-Men Red #1. Eli, you said you did read this?
I did read this.
Okay. Like I said, for those who don't know, this is the book where basically Storm is Queen of Mars and sort of kind of X-Men forms on Mars, but not really. I guess we just find out, see how it goes. Let's see how I throw this up. So basically, to say this all happened from the Hellfire Gala, for those that haven't been keeping up with the story. Hellfire Gala, I think like last year, where all the X-Men terraform Mars and all those weird mutants they got from Apocalypse Kids and shit like that, they just put them on Mars. They were like, they're too crazy to be on Earth, because they were going to conquer Earth if we leave them here long enough. So just take them somewhere. So that's what they did with that. Let's see. Wait a minute. I don't have it. Oh yeah, I do. There it is. Okay. So yeah, so that's where we are right now. So to start the book off, we have Storm, Queen of Mars, and they don't have the Quiet Council. They have what is called the Great Circle, ninth circle, some circle. It's a great circle.
Yes, I don't know.
it was something, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, but Storm keeps having nightmares about another version of herself trying to kill her, shit like that. And she's fighting to the death with stuff, but none of that matters. Anyway, but she's getting distracted while they're talking to the ring. The Great Ring. That's what it is. I keep forgetting what it is. Okay. So the Great Ring is different from the Quiet Council because the Great Ring only has Omega level mutants. So you got to be top dog to sit at the table. There's no Kitty Pryde or no shit like that sitting at the table. You got to be, a boss at the table. So they basically
world breaker.
Oh yeah, you got to be on that level to be there. That's why Storm is there, because she's Omega level. Basically, what they're discussing is whether or not they should just chill on Mars, just live here, don't go anywhere, or go back to that hell planet they came from and just wreck everything and get revenge on Apocalypse and his wife, who basically took over the planet while they left. And I think they voted that you're gonna just stay here. Moving on past that, we got Magneto, because Magneto got kicked off the Quiet Council on Krakoa on Earth. So he's just like, fuck it, I'm just go to Mars. Just leave you alone. So he goes down there and sees this guy. And he just like, he was like, if you want to look, I'm minding my own business, leave me alone. And he's like, do you know who I am? I am the master of magnetism. I am, you know what? My name's Max. How you doing? He didn't even give the guy a bad time. He just like, look, is it cool if I live here? He's like, man, do what you want. Everybody lives on the coast, so you can just live here. Nobody's gonna bother you. He's like, cool. He was like, and he's just trying to ask him, so what's your deal? What are you doing? Like, people have called me all kind of things in the past. They've called me a villain. They call me a madman. They call me the bad guy. But the one thing they say they can call me, they always gets under my skin, is they call me a failure. And that's one thing I hate to be called, but at the same time, how can I not be called that? So he builds on places like, well, this way I'm gonna just live on my days. So he builds his own mental castle in like 2 seconds. And that's where he's there. So Magneto's just doing his thing. We're going to the Red Lagoon where Sunspot has made his own club and he just chilling. And right when he gets in there, that's when a bar fight breaks out, because that's when it always happens. And it's Vulcan. Vulcan breaks out. And normally Vulcan is pretty chill because they put like some mind blocks on him. But the fact he even sees Shi'ar makes him want to freak the fuck out. He's just like, do you remember me? I'm your king. I conquered you. I'm your emperor. And now Xavier's little brat is running that place and I'm going to take over and stuff like that. So before he gets too crazy, that's when Sunspot stands. He was like, hey, no fighting in my club, So he just kicks the shit out of Sunspot, steals his power, kicks the shit out of him. And before it gets too wild, that's when, the bouncer of the club shows up, Thunderbird. And he's just like, yeah, you were Summers, Cyclops? Oh, yeah. He was like, cool. Tell Sark I said, go fuck yourself. So they get into a fight because he didn't have any energy powers to leech off of. So he just kicked the shit out of Vulcan, so they just beat the hell out of each other. But at the same time, the crowd is booing Thunderbird because he jumped into their fight. They were like, boo, get out of there, So that's when Cable and Abigail Brand show up, and Cable just shuts down Vulcan. He was like, go to sleep, Uncle Gabe, They talk, and he's like, I'm about to start up an X-Men group. Y'all want to join me? They're like, nah, I ain't doing shit. I ain't going nowhere. He was like, and they try to kick Thunderbird off the planet, but he's just like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying here. So that's pretty much most of the story. Pretty much we get down to the end where basically, Abigail Brand is trying to go around recruiting X-Men. She's trying to recruit Storm, and Storm is just like, no, I am not going to be X-Man. I am not going to be the Queen of Mars. I am just going to just be here. And she destroys her throne and her crown. She like, to hell with the thrones of Krakoa. So so you got Magneto and the guy calls himself the Fisherman. They just chilling, just having a conversation. And that's when Sunspot shows up. Where's Sunspot? He shows up and he's just like, Magneto, I can't talk to you. And he looks at Sunspot. He's like, Sunspot, what the hell? First off, tuck in your shirt. And who the hell kicked your ass? Because I trained you better than that. That's why it clicked in my head like, oh, yeah. Magneto did train the New Mutants. So when he was running, the Xavier's mansion, shit like that. So there's like, look, we need to do something. We need to form like an X-Men or shit like that. Because basically this planet has like no laws. So we need to keep everything in check. And he was like, are you with me? And she was like, and somebody else says, there's basically Storm saying, I'm with you, but we're not going to be the X-Men. Abigail Brand's already doing the X-Men, so we need to be the counter of whatever the X-Men in. And we're like, okay, well, what's that? They're like, man, of all people who knows what the counter of the X-Men in. It's the Brotherhood. And that debuts Storm's new outfit. I guess I'm supposed to be impressed, but I mean, she changes costumes every 2 weeks. I mean, like, okay. It's like, Tony Stark has a new Iron Man outfit. You're like, okay. Like you've seen a million of them. I mean, what else can you do with it?
I thought they're going to be called, we're not X's, we're the O's.
The Omen? Oh, watch it on YouTube.
He's in the house.
What's going on? So that's what's going on right now. Basically, it's X-Men, but they're on the other planet. And I guess, I don't know, another X-Men book. Read my Al Ewing. So that's cool.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit I didn't know what was going on when I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, it's pretty much a simple book. It's just
a lot of X-Men politics going on, which I'm not an X-Men guy, so I never got it. It wasn't my thing.
But we've been asking for this book. We've been like, okay, when they ship those mutants off to the other Mars planet, what are they doing? What are they eating? What are they dancing to? Now we know they got disco. We didn't know that before. Now we know they got disco. So yeah. So I like Storms.
Is Thunderbird doing anything else? Is he in any other books, or is this it for him?
Well, they got that Thunderbirds book coming out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so got that coming out. He's just a bouncer in the bar on Mars and getting. I mean, he's gonna join the team. Hopefully.
I was like, they're just making fun of him and shit for now.
Right. Oh yeah, that was some fucked up shit. What did he say? Like, yeah, you couldn't protect your brother because you had a plane to catch or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's how he died. He died by a plane, like it being blasted in front of him. So
Yeah. And I was a little disappointed. Like in current events these days where motherfuckers are talking shit and getting slapped for it.
Right. Right. Well, this book came out before that was done, you know. So
I was like, damn, I mean, someone needs to get slapped for that. But yeah, that's about it.
I mean, but it's saying that he did kick Vulcan's ass the whole book, so yeah. So
Yeah.
something happened.
So yeah.
But yeah.
I guess it's on me, huh?
Yeah.
What am I doing next? Should
I don't know. We divvied it up.
What? Yeah. How do we divvy it up? What do? Oh, I'm doing Devil's Reign.
Oh yeah. I did. Yeah, you are doing Devil's Reign. Okay.
Okay, Devil's Reign, number 6, the finale of this big Daredevil event. Chip Zdarsky's run comes to a close. I did not read the Chip Zdarsky run.
Me neither. Not one issue.
Yeah, I mean I was reading Daredevil for a while. I was reading Charles Soule's run for a while, and then I stopped, and I never read Chip Zdarsky's run, but I hear good things, and I kind of wanna now. So basically, what this was, this is the accumulation of the Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil's tale. Kingpin became mayor of New York. He then used the Purple Man's powers to persuade everybody's vote. Elektra became Daredevil for a while. I don't know this. I'm all like again. I didn't read the run, so I don't know. But and then so this is basically, Wilson Fisk is running for mayor. He's using Purple Man's powers. Rerunning for he's up for election again. He's acquired the Purple Man's powers. Luke Cage is running against him. Wilson Fisk has used the Thunderbolts to outlaw as like a police force to outlaw superheroes in the city.
So it's kind of Civil War 2-ish.
Kind of like a Civil War-ish on the street level Civil War shit. And then there's some shit with the Daredevil's brother, Wilson Fisk's son, all the shit going on that I'm not familiar with. But basically, this is the big finale. Everyone's fighting in this one. Everybody's got. It's just a series of fights between the different characters. You got the New York City shit, X-Men and Avengers, or not the X-Men. Well, yeah, Wolverine was in there. I think I saw Wolverine in there. You know, all the superheroes fighting the Thunderbolts versus, and then you got the Purple Man coming, you know, trying to like control everybody, but they got the inhibitors. The Purple Man's kids in there, and then the thing with Luke Cage where he came in and was like Luke Cage took his inhibitor off, put it on the kid's head, and then Purple Man was trying to get Luke Cage to crush his head and shit. I thought that was pretty intense.
Right. But Luke Cage didn't do it. Yeah.
And Luke Cage didn't do it. He was able to defend against the mind control. I thought that was pretty sweet. Meanwhile, you got like Daredevil and Elektra, going after Wilson Fisk. They catch him, and fucking Daredevil's beating the shit out of Kingpin, like beating the shit out of him. Almost kills his ass until Elektra had to stop him. Like, yo, you're not an assassin. You're a Daredevil. You're a symbol. People are watching.
There was some imagery on there also, because not only was Daredevil, had the weapon to his head, there was also a bunch of like cell phones in the back. Also, people had cell phones.
That's what Elektra was saying. Like, the people are watching. You chose to be a symbol. You're not an assassin. I know it. I kill people all the time. You're not that. You're a symbol, and everyone's watching. If you kill him, what do you think people are going to think of you? So she kind of talks him out of killing Wilson Fisk. And then
me personally, I thought there was like some comment on excessive force, like we've been getting in the news all the time, stuff like that. Let me see if I can pull the image up real quick. Yeah. See, like that was just all the cell phones in the back, stuff like that. So like, I kind of like, I'm not gonna say George Floyd, but I kind of remember that. You kind of use excessive force.
Kind of.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. But yeah.
But it's also like it's these two characters. It's the hero and versus villain. It's the big climactic battle. I think that we always get to see. We wait. Batman versus Joker and all that shit. So Daredevil doesn't kill him. He gets arrested while he's in the car getting arrested. It turns out one of the security guards is his son Butch, and he takes him back to those I don't know who they are. They're those corporate real estate assholes that basically
who said they put him in office to begin with. So.
Yeah, they're the ones who put Wilson Fisk into office, and they're like, "Good job, Wilson. We're gonna get all the charges dropped, and we're gonna have you run for president. You did a good job making the crime go up to drive the prices of the property go down, so we could buy up again gentrification. So we're gonna coach you, and you're gonna run for president, and you will win. And we're putting you in power. You're gonna be president." And they try to put her there, partner. And Wilson Fisk goes and shakes his hand, and then crushes it, beats the shit out of everybody. He's like, "No, I'm the kingpin." I thought that was so dope. I'm the kingpin. I don't have a boss. I'm the boss. Basically kills all those guys, and then goes to his son. "Hey, I know I wasn't there for you, but you know what? This is my gift to you. You are now the kingpin. You tell everybody you killed me and took my spot. Now you get to run the city." And then he takes off with Typhoid Mary, and they sail off in the sunset with a happy ending.
That's what like a happy ending with Kingpin.
I know. I was like, it's kind of fucked up, but I thought it was dope.
Because Daredevil had a tragic ending.
Yeah.
Like his life is all fucked up because now that his brother is dead, his brother was pretending to be him. So everybody thinks that he's dead. Matt Murdock is dead. So he can't go back to secret identity.
Yeah. So there's an epilogue where, him and Elektra are talking about starting the Fist, which is an organization that's going to kill the Hand. And they're talking, let's go destroy the Fist. And so basically ninjas versus ninjas. So that kind of sounds cool. But yeah, I actually like the Kingpin happy ending. I mean, yeah,
he sails off in the sunset.
He sails off in the sunset, but he's the Kingpin. That's what he does. He's like Joker's not gonna die.
Like, they don't even pretend like he got it. I'm just sailing off.
It's like it's kind of fucked up because it's the Kingpin. He's a giant asshole, but it's like it's so gangster too.
Like you just don't see that like in a comic book.
It's like what if Scarface had a happy ending?
Right. Like it's supposed to be fucked up, but you're just like, you know what? Good for Kingpin.
Kinda. And he's there. He's gonna be pulling the strings. So it's just like okay. It kind of sets up whoever's taking this over. It kind of sets things up into a new starting point. You know what I mean?
What I'm hearing is that Chip Zdarsky is coming back. Like he's just starting up a new Daredevil run.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might go back and read this because this was pretty cool. I don't know exactly like all the details and all the little soap opera shit that was going on. But it makes me want to go back and read his run.
Because the crazy thing about like the Civil War shit going on, I cared nothing about that.
Yeah.
But the Daredevil shit, I cared about him versus Kingpin and stuff like that. So yeah.
And like my favorite Daredevil shit is the street level grimy shit.
Frank
him
Miller,
on the streets. Him on the streets fighting ninjas. That's all. I mean, all the big superhero mind control Avengers shit. I'm like, whatever, multiverse, fucking Doc Ock and the multiple Doc Ock shit. I didn't give a shit about any of that. But Daredevil beating the holy shit out of Kingpin was dope,
Oh, I did like it when Daredevil grabbed the staff, like Kingpin staff, tried to mind control him.
Yeah.
And basically try to like penance stare him.
Yeah.
Like, I want you to suffer all this shit. And then Kingpin was like, okay, I'm done. Like, he just shook that shit off just like
I don't care. I don't give a shit. I'm the Kingpin. I don't give a shit about the misery I caused. And then, so you truly are an evil bastard. And bam!
Hits him with the staff.
Yeah. I actually dug this. Like I said, I want to go back and read his run now after reading this. So
I'll check it out. See how many issues there are and go from there. But yeah, it's cool. So
4 out of 5. This was a cool finale.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So where am I going next? I did X-Men 1. Okay. So I got Batman. I never do Batman.
You got Batman.
Yeah, but we're gonna do Batman this time. Now the reason I'm doing Batman because we reviewed Shadow War last week, and it kind of caught me off guard about how much I like that book. So like, I'm gonna keep the story going because this is just a direct continuation of that story. So we're just gonna just jump into it and go from there. So yeah, so Shadow War basically happened was Deathstroke has assassinated Ra's al Ghul and started a war between him and Talia al Ghul. So yeah, so I don't care about that shit. Now, okay, Eli, who is this chick?
That's the new commissioner. I forget. I haven't been reading Batman or Detective in a while, but that's like the new commissioner, isn't she?
I guess I don't know who she was. Anyway, she's here at the crime scene. Apparently, she's chumming with Batman, so they just go. So Batman is investigating the crime scene after it all happened, trying to find out.
He's detecting.
It's a detective story. Yeah, it happens in Batman stories. So yeah, so he's looking around. He's trying to review the crime scene, stuff like that, and he's just like, okay, so this Deathstroke is one of the greatest assassins in the world. And I get it that he got past you because you're the Gotham PD. I mean, you're you, but he got past me. I don't like that shit. I'm Batman, So I want to know how the hell did he get past me and I didn't notice him? And she was like, wait a minute. I know something the Batman doesn't know? Really? And Batman's like, how did Deathstroke get in here? He like talked to her like, okay, cool, I'll show you, But anyway, she shows us basically how they tunnel in to get into it. And the thing is that he's like, okay, Deathstroke had 7 seconds to just do whatever hell he wanted to. It took me 7 seconds to get to him by the time he shot Ross in the head. So, but the only other person he shot was Talia. But this is Deathstroke. So how the hell is Talia still alive? You're like, And then he does his Batman shit and disappears because he thinks he has a lead, solely. And then we go to Deathstroke doing his Deathstroke shit. Basically, the League of Assassins are after him or whatever the hell they call themselves again. And Prometheus is like, fuck this, I'm out of here. And I don't know who this gun guy is, but I guess it really doesn't matter in the next 5 pages because what's her name? The Devil Whisperer or some shit. She just
I haven't been reading the Deathstroke Inc. I've been reading the Robin book, so that's the thing. I don't know a lot of these details of who these motherfuckers
and I think the same writer's writing all this shit. He's just connecting all this stuff. So it's like his Devil's Reign, basically. So yeah, so Angel Breaker, whatever her name is, she like he's trying to stop it. She just like chopping the bullets away like a lightsaber and shit like that, and then chops him up too. So whoever this guy is,
some anime shit, yeah.
Right. So whoever this guy is, you won't see him again anyway. So it don't really matter who he is. So apparently got a guy in the team named Detonator, and he's just like, I'm gonna just shoot a rocket launcher into it, just fuck Slade up, And Deathstroke's kid is Respawn, which I think may be Damian's brother. I think it's Talia's. I think I gotta read the story again, but I think that's like Talia's son by Deathstroke.
Because
he's cool.
Talia's a pimp too.
Right. So yeah. So she was like, if I can't get Batman, I'll get the next best thing, which is Deathstroke. So she's like, yeah. So anyway, Prometheus is like, fuck it, I'm out of here. Take it easy, Deathstroke, And he takes Respawn and they like get out of there before the place blows up. And they're boom, jump out of there. So yeah, so they blow up and stuff like that. And he's like, okay, so now what do we do, Dad? He was like, okay, following death rest is cool. What does he do next? I don't know what he do. Anyway, we find his other daughter, Ravager, who was also on the island, stuff like that, who was help training Robin, and she just like, Dad, you really fucked up. You killed Ra's al Ghul. So that's going to bring heat on the whole family. She knows that, so and exactly what she thought. Yeah, the League of Assassins come in. They like better take her out. And before they do that, she just keeps drinking and boom, boom, boom. They all get taken out. And it's Damian. He's there. He's like, what the fuck did your dad just do? He's like, look, man, I'm just as surprised as you are. So let's go kill my dad. She just gets the sword. They just go, So they're doing it. So Batman thinks he has a lead. So he's about to go see his baby mama. You're like, look, I think she got some to do with it because the reason she's still alive and much of shit going on. So it's one little ninja there. Batman like really fucks him up, kicks him in the neck while time with the Batman. I'm like, Batman, that's kind of excessive, but whatever.
And he's got size. He uses size, which is weird because after reading like Devil's Reign and Daredevil, like Elektra stabbing Kingpin with the size, I'm like, hey, Batman's got size.
The Batman's got size too. And there's like 50 ninjas just pop out of nowhere. They're just like, you're not welcome here, Batman. He's like, come on, let's go. So 50 ninjas versus Batman, you know what happens. He doesn't kill anybody, but they're all fucked up. They're all knocked out and shit like that. He kicks one through the door to break the door open for him to make it easier for himself, So, yeah, I just love this pattern. There's a bunch of 50 ninjas just knock the fuck out. And we've seen Batman do this. We've seen Batman beat more ninjas than this by himself because it's Batman. So we got one that's just like, and Talia's just like, why'd you do that? You could have snuck in. Nobody would have known you were here, but you just had to make yourself known that you were going to be here. It's a waste of your skills. And Batman just look, I ain't got
I'm
time.
the goddamn Batman.
Basically. So that's when Batman throws the sides down. He looks, I ain't come around to play Talia. I just want to know, why the hell are you still alive? Because we know Deathstroke is good enough that he would have killed both of you before I could have got to you. He was like, shit, I don't know. But anyway, what you coming here proving? She's dressed like Ra's al Ghul and shit. You know, she's like, I'm the demon's daughter, stuff like that. And she just like, and basically she just like, look, I don't even worry about Deathstroke. Where the hell is our son? Why are you not with him right now? He's like, yeah, he went out to go see, he went out to kill Deathstroke. He was like, what? So you got my son out here going against that monster, and right before she gets ready to kill him, she's still weak from Deathstroke, you know, putting gunshots in her also. She didn't take the Lazarus pit because she was like, I don't trust the Lazarus pit right now. And she was just like, even though you don't care, Batman. He was like, well, you're talking about, I do care. I care about you, Talia. I never want to see you hurt. She's just like, you're the only person who could hurt me, beloved, you know. And that's when they kiss. And yeah, that's the story. So
I
yeah.
don't feel good. You know what you need? A hot beef injection.
Right. That is the medicine Talia needs right now. She's like,
I got a fever. And the only remedy is bat dick.
Right. Come on, let's go make another ride. Oh yeah, so this is a cool story, man. I'm pretty sure it's gonna ramp up towards that. It wasn't even a whole lot of Batman in this story. It was just a story they're just telling.
Yeah,
but
it kind of like, well, for me, it was okay. It kind of like leveled off, the tension leveled off a little bit after the first issue. But yeah, the action was cool. Art was dope. I just didn't know, like, I don't know about his kids, and you know,
and I might be wrong. That might not even be a thing.
I didn't know about, like, the whole conversation between Robin and Slade's daughter. Oh, really? She doesn't like her dad? Okay. See, I didn't know that.
Well, they flip flop. Sometimes they're cool, sometimes they're not. Honestly, I think they were cool before but she was like, oh, he's doing asshole shit again. Let's go get him. You know.
Yeah.
So I think that was going on with that. So overall, I like the story. I'm still going to stick with Shadow War. Still going on. I guess I'll have to read Deathstroke Inc. whenever it comes out to see what the hell's going on with that. And I guess we'll get confirmation whether or not that kid is Talia's son and technically Damien's half brother or whatever the fuck going on. So yeah. So basically, he's Deathstroke's Robin.
Yeah.
Bottom line. So, yeah. So all right. So yeah, what you got next?
I think the only book I got left is this Jim Henson's Storytellers Shapeshifters #2.
I don't know why I thought all of us had more books than this.
Yeah. Well, we all read the same shit mostly.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So this is this is the only reason why I picked this up is because of it is written by Darcy Little Badger. She's a native author and writer. She writes novels, like native sci-fi novels. She wrote some of the one of the stories that ended up in the Marvel Indigenous Voices book. So I guess this Jim Henson Storyteller series is just different fantasy tales from different artists and writers. It's an anthology book, a different story every month. So this is the Shapeshifter series #2. This is about a little girl, an Apache girl, who basically learns. She meets the little people, the little reed people that live in her garden, that live in the weeds, in the reeds, in her garden, and they teach her how to dance. It talks about the history of the Apache and how they lost their culture and their ways were outlawed. Their people couldn't dance for fear of being persecuted. So this girl learns how to dance through these little people in her backyard, these little spirit people. And she visits them throughout her life. She ends up becoming a ballerina and, travels the world, towards the end of the story, she goes back and visits her mom, who's an elder. Her mom can't afford her house anymore, has to leave. Eventually, her house is torn down and her garden is bulldozed to make up for property. It's bought up. The state buys it up and bulldozes down her garden where the little people are. She's like, oh my God, But then one night, when she's when she's an elder herself. She grows to be an old lady, and one night the little people come and visit her at the nursing home, and they dance. It's a really touching story. I was actually really moved. It touches on, you know, Native history and how the culture and cultural preservation and how the culture's dying, the struggle to keep the cultures alive and the, you know, the traditions alive. And I just thought it was a really, you know, moving, beautifully told story. So I was like, you know, like I said, I just picked this up. I was just scrolling through and I just noticed the name on the cover, you know, Darcy Little Badge. Oh, really? So I clicked on it and read it, and I was like, wow, I was really surprised by this. So yeah, you know, cool little story about Native traditions, which is very rare in all media. so yeah, yeah, 4 out of 5. I thought it was really good.
Cool. Okay. Last book I'm going to do is a CW book. We're going to talk about the CW. Yeah. For those who don't know, yes, the CW has a
Archie?
whole bunch of.
You reading an Archie book?
Oh, hell no. Even worse. You wish we were doing an Archie book. No, like I said, people know that the CW has a whole bunch of Arrowverse shows and DC Universe, and the DC decided to do cross promotion, but decided to actually do a CW Arrowverse comic book. That's actually written, yeah, and it's actually written by the showrunners.
Okay.
So it's like a tie-in. You know, it's actually placed in between, like, you know, one of the seasons of the show, like between season 3, blah blah blah, stuff like that. So, oh man, I did some by accident. I didn't do that. So yeah, the book is called Earth Prime Batwoman #1, and it's set between, like I said, it's set between. What is it? Sorry, I'm screwing up. Set between season 3, I think, like between the mid-season something.
Damn, there's 3 seasons already?
Maybe the last. We don't know. Yeah, but it's been 3 seasons so far of Batwoman. And okay, I think I got to set up what season 3 was. Season 3 was like all of Batman's gadgets that he had from the Arkham criminals got loose. So what it started doing, it started infecting random people. This is a way so you can have people become Mad Hatter without being Mad Hatter, or Killer Croc without being Killer Croc. And her best friend got affected by Poison Ivy, and her brother became Joker. So people want to talk about Jared Leto being the worst Joker. Not if you've seen Batwoman. So, but honestly, he's so bad people don't even count him. So I'm gonna just let that slide. But anyway, let's get to it. In this book, she fights Clayface. So yeah. So we can pick one. Yeah. So what happens is, like I said, it's basically high school kids having a party. They're picking on one kid. He's getting bullied. They trip him and kick him into some mud, but it's not really mud.
Oh,
it's like
clay.
It's clay. So he becomes a new Clayface. He gets infected, and the story is called Flesh and Mud. You know, some other CW shit happening here. So that's Renee Montoya. That's Luke Fox. Luke Fox sucks on this show. Renee Montoya sucks. Oh, it's actually the same actress from Gotham. So that was pretty cool. So it's cool. Anyway, Batwoman is in a Dodge Charger. She gets word that, yeah, Clayface is attacking some place. She goes there and tries to stop him. Of course, she can't do anything with Clayface, but it just so happens that it's raining. So the rain melts away Clayface. So she's like, okay, so that stops me for a little while. But when it stops raining, eventually he's going to come back. So we're going to need to have something to stop him. So while they're coming up with a plan to stop him, that's when Lena Luthor from Supergirl shows up out of nowhere. She has not been in these stories at all. She has not been mentioned. And she knows Batwoman is Batwoman because Supergirl told her for some reason. I don't know. Oh, that's not Lena Luthor. Anyway, Lena Luthor says, all you got to do is just get some Mr. Freeze shit, and I'll make you a freeze bomb where you can freeze him, you know, Clayface. That's the story. So yeah, so that's what happens. She builds a bomb, gets Clayface, freezes him, and that's pretty much it. The story. Yeah. But that's not the interesting story.
Has Clayface showed up on Batwoman? Or they probably ain't got the budget for that.
They don't have the budget for that. They don't have the budget for it. Exactly. So I feel like what the show is doing is that since we don't have the budget for a Clayface, we're going to just make it a comic book and that's it. Now people are going to say, well, they had Killer Shark on me there before, and they had Gorilla Grodd. That was like 8 years ago when the CW had money. They don't have money anymore for this shit anymore. So yeah,
When y'all used to watch TV.
Right. We don't watch TV anymore, so they can't afford Clayface, you know.
When people still went to the movies.
Right. So none of that shit. That's her best friend. Okay, but anyway, the point is that was the most interesting story because, like I said, this is not a one shot. This is a continual story. And apparently in Clayface, somebody is talking to him. And the person that's talking to him has some kind of staff or armor or something like that. Yeah, he's got some kind of staff. Maybe Ocean Master. I'm not really sure.
Oh, I was about to say, it looks like a trident.
It looks like a trident. Yeah, he was like, look, aren't you tired of getting beat by Batwoman and all these other people like that? Why don't you join up with us? And the guy builds a portal and he walks to the portal and that's it. So, but I'm trying to, is that Ocean Master? Because I know they'll have money for Ocean Master.
It could be. I mean, it could be. Some Atlantean, you know, I don't know.
But they don't, I mean, because that's what I'm saying. Is this, because I was fine with the story at first. Okay, it's a throwaway CW episode. You didn't have a chance to film in the season 3. But then this shit shows up at the end with Ocean Master. I'm like, Ocean Master have been on the CW before. But is this even the CW? Is this like some multiverse, weird, dark crisis shit?
And you know, they ain't got the budget for Ocean Master or any Aquaman underwater
right,
shit.
You can't afford Ocean Master.
So yeah, who knows?
I don't know, but that's the story. Like I said, it was a thing. It was cool. It was a fun throwaway story. I was like, if it was an episode on Batwoman, I probably would have watched. They didn't even have the money for Killer Croc when they did Killer Croc. He was just in the shadows. All you saw was like his arm and shit. He just got dragged in the shadows, just kill people. So it's just like, okay, y'all really just broke right now, I guess. So, but yeah, I guess that's all we got. We booked out. Eli, we made a show out of nothing.
We did.
We didn't
have to talk. We didn't have to talk about Moon Knight.
Like we avoided Moon Knight. So yeah, I don't know how we pulled it off, but we did. So yeah, so you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. Like I said, we're gonna have some more stuff come up. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna keep talking about Halo. Like I said, we saw Master Chief's face, we saw his ass. I don't know what the hell they're gonna show us next week. So
his
yeah,
dick.
Right, I guess so. Oh yeah, so but yeah, check us out next week and we'll follow with that. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.
We've only just
Oh yes, indeed. I like this. Hey, yo, hot chat. Do me a favor, man. Speed it up a little bit. From the intro, you know I'm so influential, cause I'm glowing like a candle. The focus is so essential. Dog, what you trying to get into? A steady to flow, ready to blow. Like snotty tissue, they snitching like Donnie Brasco. I'm counting like Monte Cristo. The ghetto full of betrayal like Iago and Othello. Your fellow neighbor will slay you, they'll smoke you like cigarillos. Police want that info to grill them like portobellos. And murdering instrumentals, cause a rap with the conscience to villains, killers and monsters. So we're feeling the honor, so still fulfilling the promise. So nice to kill them with kindness. Hitting like Muhammad Ali, you more like Tatiana. All this is probably karma, you just honored the Father. Whether it's God Almighty or the almighty dollar, we follow the prophets like Islamics or the Dalai Lama. Your bullet points so hollow they could probably pierce body armor. Look in the scope, my people still a target.
Smile on my face, tears of a sad clown. Feeling out of place as I whistle a cab down. If I tip extra, can I huff a cig? Blow my smoke out the window, dropping ashes on the bridge. I'm in New York now, like Akeem and Simi was. Trying to get the lobby door open from a semi-buzz. I just wanna go to the slum and throw my money on the floor like the notorious bum. Build a home, teach a class, start a revolution. Free the mind, heal the body, talking evolution. This that black Elohim Anunnaki rap. That Farrakhan Akeem Olajuwon Gaddafi rap. I dedicate this to my niggas in New Orleans, rocking black and gold stocking caps and fleur-de-lis shocky hats. I'm in the courtroom screaming, who that on the devil? Serving gumbo with a shovel, dog, I'm on another level. Me and Kweli come together like two pieces of metal. We magnetizing the ghetto.
Yeah, now here's the memo. I'm a rebel without a cause, a bezel without no flaws. And shawty, you straight, bet you look way better without no draws. Let's sweat out this alcohol. Bet I'm about to ball and never let up. Look how I just crept up without applause. Fed up with all the frauds and left y'all without a job. The center of attention, this is clever. I'm Pau Gasol. Really though, I'm LeBron. Really don't got my mind on this new school of rappers. I would really go Columbine and throw up the diamond sign. Boy, you know I'ma shine. Flow is in Ramadan. Cause couple years ago, the game had they pajamas on. But now they on my dick, man, I should throw a condom on. Hey, cause a nigga coming raw like I ain't got one on. And I ain't stopping nor copping no plea. please. I just lock and load squeeze. Dog, I'm on a higher level, I'm on top of nosebleeds. Niggas say they sick, but when they rock, they don't sneeze. Like that nigga on the block waving his Glock, but won't squeeze. Please. Hey.
Hold your applause until the ceremony end. Yours truly, truly blessed yet again. A noble patented super magic abracadabra kid, mysterious master gem, black a pen, arrowhead with the long barrel stem, and his apparel fresh. Harbor light shining out the black power grid with the black power grip. And pure power don't power trip. Push the cellar ceiling up and make the tower tip. The Gladwell point in Babylon Palace. All about nothing where it's all about the dollar. And mansions on the fault line of a shaky market. The devil at the dance hall, thirsty for a partner. Get off him. There is not a parcel or a portion or a measure or a fortune more awesome, gorgeous. The funky 4 horsemen and one more with high tech on the score. Once more, of course, you're welcome. Thanks, appreciation for your participation. Special dedication, celebration, it's